Like even me myself, like it's very hard for me. Like sometimes
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
You look good.
Thanks.
You look really good. You're happy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm tired, but I'm happy.
Good. Good. That's good. So am I. Okay. So let's begin. Okay. Why am I bringing gratitude into our lives right now?
Because it's the key to attracting.
Tell me the connection between Hanukkah and gratitude.
Because they were so big, there was one little jug that lasted.
Not even that. Not even about the drug. The whole story is itself. I mean, every story really is. It's just a whole maze. But I just think it's so. Like we should be so grateful that we can practice Judaism out in the open and not be ashamed of it. Like especially with what's going on today in America. Like we get to be here in Israel and not have to. Like be ashamed to walk around wearing skirts or someone being scared to go to shul or things like that. Like I think it's, I don't know.
We also is an open miracle, so like I feel like a lot of times it's much easier to be grateful for like things that are open. So I feel like since it's like the fog of miracles, we're like much more conscious of things that are going on around. Also like
Okay. You know, I'm going to ask you this question after we get to the end of this class. Let's learn a little bit about gratitude, shall we? Do you have a paper? You're good? All right. Here we go. We spoke about this last year when I taught you breakthrough. Remember Dr. Emoto?
No.
Dr. Emoto was a, I think, Korean doctor. I'm not sure if he was Korean or...
The one where he talked to plants?
The one that he talked to the water.
Oh.
Okay? And what was the experiment that he did? You can watch it on YouTube. The experiment that he did was that he spoke to water. He spoke to water. He took 3 samples of water. 1 sample of water he said positive things to. He said, you're beautiful, you're kind, I love you, you're amazing, And then the other sample of water that he spoke to, he cursed, he said bad things to. He said, you're disgusting, you're terrible, I hate you. And then the 3rd sample of water he didn't say anything to. And basically after this experiment, they took 3 samples from each one of the glasses of water, and they looked at the samples of H2 under a microscope. And what came up, and you have to see this is the link to if you want to see it. What came up was that the molecules of water that he spoke kindly to, they shaped themselves in these like beautiful shapes, diamonds and crystals and stars. The actual molecules, the H2O molecules themselves, they shaped into these beautiful shapes. And the molecules of water that he spoke badly to, that he cursed, that he hated, right? They were deformed. They were disgusting. They're deformed. You have to see it. If you don't see it, you don't understand what I'm talking about. So you have to see it, the actual slides, the pictures of the water, of the molecules. And basically what happened after this experiment is that this thing exploded. And what is this? And how is this possible? And how does this work? And what they learned and what they've discovered and what's still coming out, what's still being taught and learned, the research that's coming out from this, even though the Torah has given this to us and told us about this 3,300 years ago, Koach HaDibur, how it shapes our reality, it shapes our life, where the words that you say literally shape the life that you're living. Okay? If you say to yourself, I remember the day that I stopped telling myself that I'm fat. I remember the day, since I was a little girl, I would look myself in the mirror and say, you're fat. You're fat, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. Literally, the day that I stopped telling myself that I'm fat was the day that I started losing weight. Because words, and this is going to be our next class, we're going to do affirmations. Words really shape the environment of our life.
You're supposed to lie to yourself.
You're supposed to fake it till you make it. So you're not supposed to lie to yourself. You're not supposed to lie. Words shape the environment of your reality. Okay, that's what words do. They have a power. They have an energy to them. That's why words, just so we know, words come from the ruach level of our nefesh, of our neshama. Okay, words, actual milim, words, come from the ruach part of our neshama. And what's the thing with words? Words are something that can't be put in a box, can't be grasped. You could talk to me all you want, but I can't hold your words, have your words. There's nothing physical about words. They're very spiritual. That's why human beings are the only ones from all the creations on this world are the only ones that speak and communicate the way we do. Speak and communicate the way we do. Okay? Animals also communicate, but the level of communication there is no, it's not as sophisticated at all. It doesn't come near. right? Because we're much more spiritual beings than animals. The more you climb the ladder of spirituality, neshama. So what are the 5 levels of life in the world?
Nefesh.
No, life. Not soul.
Object.
Oh, like
Domem.
yeah.
Just a
Tzemach.
raw.
Someach.
Chaya,
Behema.
Hi.
and
A human.
Medaber. And the Sfarim also then say Yisrael.
What's Israel? Oh. Jews.
So what does this mean? This means that every single one of the things that are alive in this world, that are the creations in this world, have a level of soul. Okay? What does soul mean? Life force. They have a life force. Plants have a life force. Animals have a life force. Human beings have a life force. Now, the more sophisticated the thing is, you go from a rock to a plant, you've upgraded in terms of sophistication. Okay? You go from a plant to an animal, you've upgraded in terms of sophistication. So the more sophisticated the actual creation is, the more that means that they have an added level of soul in there. They have more of a life force in there. The more life force they have, the more sophisticated of a creation that they are. The Jewish people have a neshama, okay, where the non-Jews have a nefesh. It's a different kind of life force. So the Jewish people have an extra level of life force, and therefore, because we have that extra level of life force, we have what we have today, which is what we've always had.
What's more sophisticated?
The more sophisticated, okay, the life force is. The life force in the thing. Okay, you have a rock, and that has a little life force. And then you have a plant that has more life force. And then you have an animal that has more life force. Because why? Because how does it grow? By sophistication of the thing. And a cow and a rock, there's a big difference between the two of them. Okay, a cow can even care. Whatever, I don't know. Could be not. But it does. It cares about its cubs because that's instinct. So it's not. I don't know if it's considered really caring. But and then you have the Umot Olam, okay, and they have a life force. And then you have Klal Yisrael, because they were given a neshama, Elokam Imal, then they have an added level of life force. And that's why a Jew can either be a shining light in this world and can do so much good and can make a huge dent on the planet, or a Jew can be the worst. Because he has so much life force in him, he has so much sophistication, he's so capable, he has so much ability to create and become and evolve and do and give and love and connect and feel and guard himself and put up boundaries and make decisions and decipher from right and wrong, and all of this capacity that animals and plants and other things don't have. The more sophisticated he is, the more that means that he has potential, okay, to do a lot. Exactly. So you also have potential in the negative because you can't have one without the other. Okay? You also a cow doesn't have that much options. It's either like the hay or the grass. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have so many options. The more options you have, the more that is an indication of the sophistication of your life force. Okay? So, when I mean options, that you have choices. I can choose this way, I can choose that way. I can eat this or I can eat that. I can go with him or I don't have to go with him. You're able to make decisions. The more you're able to make decisions and decipher between right and wrong, hold yourself back from doing the wrong thing, push yourself forward towards doing the right thing, coming out of comfort zones, having this whole internal environment going on. What that does, that's an indication of the sophistication of your life force. Okay, so that's number one. So now we understand. Okay, we understand that words shape us. Words are part of this life force. Now they're very, very powerful. Okay, words are very, very powerful. We're not going to get into words right now. We're going into gratitude right now. But the reason that I'm bringing this up is because it's an example of Dr. Emoto, that the actual words that he said actually changed the physical reality. Okay? And that's what happens around us all the time. When we gossip, when we speak negative words, we have negativity coming out of our mouth. That literally has a ripple effect. That literally in the energy zones, okay? He didn't see that when he was saying ugly, terrible, bad, broken, hate you, he didn't see that they were shaping the molecules of the water. but they were shaping the molecules of the water. We don't see when we say bad things either to other people or to ourselves, or we say good things to other people and to ourselves, or whatever, however we use our words, we don't see the ripple effect that energy has on our souls and on the other person's soul. We don't see it, but does it happen?
Yeah.
It happens, even if I don't see it. It happens. It happens in it's a ripple effect. It's a domino effect. It's a domino effect. It's not a joke that, Lashon Hara destroys the world, destroys relationships. Because it's actual poison just in the energy field that we don't see energy fields. Just like I don't see the Wi-Fi in this room right now. Just like I don't see the radio waves in this room right now. Just like I don't see the bacteria and the dust and the things that are in the air right now. I don't see them, but I'm very cognizant of the fact that it's true and it's real and it's here. So the important thing to have in mind right now is to remember. That's why tefillah is so powerful. Because it's very powerful words that were brought down by very, 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 very holy people that were connected to very high spheres of reality, of what's really going on behind the scenes, behind the curtains of what we see in front of our eyes, the mechanisms to this matrix, what really works, what doesn't work. And having an amazing life kind of requires from us to get the script, to understand the script, to know that we're human beings, we have knee-jerk reactions, we like comfortable things. This is the chunk of clay that we were born. Here, now mold yourself. That's basically our job our entire life, to mold ourselves. To say to myself exactly what we were saying before, to say to myself, the more I'm able to mold myself, the more of myself I will experience, the more good I will feel in my body, in my space, in my life, the more happy I will be. Happiness is a result of not stuff, not money, not food, not vacations. Happiness is a result of getting more in touch with me, being more me, becoming more me. How do I become more me, be more me? So I'm born this like lump of clay, and my whole life's mission is to make something functional from this clay. Make sense of this clay. Shape it into something. The only way I'm able to shape myself into something is to obviously not go with the knee-jerk reactions, not stay in the comfort zones. That's the only way I'm able to shape it, because otherwise I'm just being more of what I was born.
So wait, happiness is the result of one being in touch with themselves?
Of one getting, the closer you are to yourself, the happier you are.
What does that mean to be yourself? Because like it could also mean the sack of potatoes that I was born is who I am. But like that's not my most productive
No, so exactly what I'm telling you. You were born Play-Doh. You know what Play-Doh is?
Yeah.
So I imagine you're in pre-1A right now. What color do you like?
Blue.
Blue? I knew you were going to say blue. So I give you a chunk of blue Play-Doh, and I put it in front of you. And I say to you, make me something beautiful. So you're going to sit there and you're going to carve out arms, or you're going to make a little house. Maybe you'll make a menorah, right? And you're going to make something functional, something that makes sense, something that is something out of this lump of Play-Doh. And that's exactly what we are. We're born with our attributes, but also our deficiencies. And our entire life's mission is to make something functional out of this thing. And the only way to make something functional out of myself, when I say functional, I mean carve myself into myself. That's my job. This is not you. You're going to be a whole different person in 10 years. You're going to be a whole different person in 10 years only if you understand the language, the script. You understand the script of getting it right, how to get it right, how to succeed in this life, how to really be happy. I'm only happy not by how much I have. I'm only happy but how much I am. How much I've become more of myself. I'm not the Play-Doh knee-jerk reactions, comfort zone. That's not me. I have to take all that stuff on my plate. What I like doing, my comforts, my insecurities, my type. It's my type, it's not my type. I'm like that, I'm not like that. Coming out of all of those narrow ideas of myself. And the more I challenge myself to come out of what feels comfortable for me, of what comes out of what is familiar to me. That's why God tells Abraham, lech, lecha, lech, lech, lech. You want to be lecha? You want to find yourself? You want to be happy? You want to feel yourself and feel good in your body and your presence? and feel happy really with your life and be on top of your game, lech. You have to lalechet. You can't stay in the same story, in the same script, on the same page and expect to feel happy. No matter how many, I don't know, Prada bags you'll get or trips to Hawaii you'll take, the movements have to come from the inside. They must come from the inside. Then you'll feel happy on the outside. Try it. It works instantly. Try, let's say, for example, you have a comfort that you want to go for. Like you have this, I don't know, you drink the same hot cocoa every morning. So try right now to start your morning off with 2 cups of water. First of all, notice the resistance you're going to have.
How do you get out of that?
I drink.
But if it's something bigger, like, how do you get out of that anxiety of like, obviously, like, change is good, and like, let's say, like, for me, it's being more independent and doing things on my own. Like, tomorrow I have a meeting for college, and like, I don't really know anyone that's going. I'm sure maybe when I'm there, like, I'll know someone, but I'm going totally alone, and I'm really nervous to go alone. So then, how do I push myself? Like, I know maybe doing it on my own is good for me because I need to learn to be more independent, but like,
push yourself to what? What's your goal?
To be able to go alone and not
feel
like I need to. But I'm doing it, but I've been thinking about it for days. Like I'm shaking.
What's the fear?
I don't know, just being alone. I don't know.
You're not alone. You're going to sit with a full room of people.
Yeah, but I don't know anyone.
So what's the fear?
Not being able to get to know.
1 second, let her answer.
Being alone.
You're not alone.
But I am.
What is another person that you know giving you in that scenario?
Comfort, I guess.
Go deeper.
Reassurance, I don't know.
Deeper. Security. Having another person that you just know next to you is a sense of security for you. Okay? That's something that you want. That's your comfort zone. That's your comfort. That's where you feel good. You feel comfortable when there are people around you that you know, because that gives you a sense of security. So now the challenge, this is an amazing opportunity for you tomorrow. Amazing. This is exactly what we're learning right now.
That's why I'm like, cause I don't know how to get beyond the like butterflies, like.
The butterflies are good. The butterflies and the nervousness, it's a good indication that you're about to step out of your comfort zone. You want those feelings. You want the scary feelings. You want the nervous feelings. You want those feelings. Someone, I think I heard Charlie Harari one time say, he said, like, when you stop feeling nervous to stand up in front of a crowd and speak, that's when you should resign. Because the butterflies and the nervousness and all of that is you coming out of comfort. You don't got this. You don't for sure know that it's going to come out good. You don't for sure know that you're not going to feel stupid. You don't for sure, and you're doing it anyway, you just expanded. And when you expand, what happens is that you get more of yourself, and then you just naturally are happier. Naturally are happier. And you need less. This is the clincher. You need less of your addictions. All of a sudden, you don't need that sugary snack. All of a sudden, you're good. You're happy. You're fine. Okay. You feel lighter on your feet because you're more connected to yourself. Meaning, the more we listen to our fears and say, no, I need someone to be with me because I need to feel that sense of security, because if I'm not with someone that I know, then I'm not secure in myself, by myself alone, okay? And then I feel stupid, or I feel like people are looking at me, like, does she have, what do you feel? What are you scared
I
of?
don't really care what people think of me. Maybe I do, I don't know, I don't think that's what it is. I think it's more just like, I just don't want to go alone.
There's no such thing as I don't want to go alone. Can you go to the Makolet alone?
No.
You can't go to the Makolet alone?
I usually, if someone doesn't come with me, then I'll do it, but like I'll ask first.
Okay, so I'm giving you a challenge. Please text me. In 3 days, I'm waiting for your text message. Okay? What is it today? Wednesday? Motzei Shabbos.
What's your name?
053 233 7032. I want a text message from you. I want 5 attempts, and you're going to put yourself out of you're throwing yourself into, look at me. You're throwing yourself into the deep end of the pool right now. That means you are practicing going and coming back by yourself, even if it's for 5 minutes. So you're going to go to the Makolet after whatever, when you have a minute. You're going to go to the Makolet by yourself. You're going to make it a thing to go by. I can't come with you. No one's coming with me. Okay? You're going to go by yourself, and you're going to come back. Okay? And everything that you're feeling, whatever is coming up for you, number one, you will not judge it. You won't say, oh, you're so stupid for not being able to do this. What's wrong with you? Everyone else can do this. Why are you the only one? Why are you so needy? Why are you so this? Okay, that voice, shh. Okay, we don't listen to that voice. Okay, that voice will always come up for you. Okay, and number two, I want you to note how you're feeling in the moment of coming out of your comfort zone. Coming out, being in a position where you don't feel on top of things, where you don't feel in control, where you don't feel safe. Not bad, like don't go to Ramallah.
Don't put yourself in that.
I don't want to feel safe. I'm gonna go to Ramallah. So don't do that.
I'm down.
Don't do that. Okay?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, no. But not feeling safe can also be like literally it depends on what your demons are. It depends on what you're battling with. Okay? Going to a college thing with 200 other people that are your age in the room can feel very, 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 very scary because you don't have your comfort. Is it objectively scary?
No.
Is it objectively scary to walk into a building and sit and listen to a guy speak about college and what it's like? No. There's nothing scary about it. It's not objectively scary. But it's her insecurities that created that fear around this thing. And now it's not coming to serve her. It's coming to shoot her in the foot. For days, she's anxious about this experience. And to us, it could be like,
I've been thinking about it for like a week already.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, how am I going to do it?
Yeah, you just have a lot of anxious.
but we all have it. We all have it in our own way. What I think is like larger than life for me, you're like, Tavara, it's really not that big of a deal. Like, larger than life. That's what I'm dealing with. That's where I have to now go to the store by myself. Okay, in my own way. Okay, that's how we get closer to ourselves. The more we put ourselves in, the more comfortable we get. The more comfortable we get being used to being uncomfortable. The more in touch we get with self, the happier we get, the better we get, the more grounded we get, the more us we get, the more we feel good in our bodies. And when someone looks at us the wrong way, or doesn't invite us, or doesn't call us back, or makes fun of us, or whatever it is, it's like, okay. There's no attack on self, because self is already evolving and developing. Self feels good. Self has life. Self feels happy. So now you could say whatever you want about self. I think self is pretty darn amazing. Okay? But if you live based on knee-jerk reactions, then anyone that walks into your life, walks onto the stage of your life and starts telling you you're like this and you're like that, and is not proud of you or gives you a face or disappointed or judges you, then all of a sudden you're thinking to yourself, maybe they're right. Maybe I am like that. Yeah, I am like that. And then all these things come up. All these insecurities come up. Okay? Why? Because the nefesh is not being looked at. It's not being dealt with. It's not being worked on. You're not playing with it. You're not doing it. You're just living based on how you came into this world to be. Challenging ourselves. Okay. So that is that. Now, what I want to do with you is, I want to do middle of the page. Middle of the page. The human condition. Vayishmani shirun vayivat. Get full and walk. What does that mean? It means that the human condition, the condition that we have, that we're dealing with in our life, is that we have a need, we have a lack, we pray for it, or we try to get it, we go after it. Let's say we need money. So we try to get a job, and work on our resume, and we go to interviews, and we finally get a job. Right? So we have this need, we have this lack, we go get it filled, okay? And then, what we do, you get your need filled, and then you turn it into a given. Look at the basic human cycle. You see what it says over there? You lack, you seek. You receive, you take. Turn it into a given. You lack, you seek, you receive, you take. Turn it into a given. That is the human condition. When we're lacking, when we really, really need something, remember when you wanted to go into seminary, you didn't know what seminary you're going to go to, you didn't know if I was going to get in, no. You filled that need, you got in, the need is over. Now you go, it's a given, I'm going to Israel, it's a given, I'm going to the seminary, yeah, where are you going? Yeah, I'm going to Miriam.
Is that bad?
No, it's not a matter of bad, it's a human condition. It depends how you take it. It depends how you take it. So what are we saying over here? There's a human condition called Vayishman Yesharun Vayivat. You get full and you walk. Once you get full, then you start walking, you leave. You walk away. Once your needs are fulfilled, you're done. You're done. That's why God is constantly keeping us in a state of something, I need something. I really need, with this thing I'll be happy. When I get this, then I'll be happy. When I get this, then I'll do well. When I have this, be that, become that, do that, taste that, experience that, then. We always will, till the day we die, we're going to have lacks. We're going to have needs. Always.
So are you not supposed to fill them?
You are supposed to fill them.
You are. You're never gonna run out of them.
Yeah, that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is the response to getting them filled. I need...
That's what happens with anything. You start taking things for granted.
Exactly. Taking things for granted is a sure way of losing things.
That's the part of like gratitude.
Exactly. The energy of gratitude, it's a very powerful energy. It has an energy, a life force of its own. When I do gratitude, even when I'm not in the mood, and I just say, oh my gosh, I'm so bummed out, I'm sad, I'm this, I'm that, I'm having these emotions.
You gave a thank you class last year. Remember when you were saying how like to say thank you for anything that happens to you, like
in the
you
back,
got like a card, like a ticket or something like that, and you were saying like thank you Hashem, like thank you so much, and like once you fully accept it, like
exactly.
You're saying
the energy of gratitude is very, very, very powerful. It's so powerful it changes reality. Just like the energy of speech changes reality. Just like the energy of thought changes reality. The energy of gratitude changes your reality. This is an amazing technique. When you are in a space, when you're feeling like you're in a space that is not amazing, practice gratitude. Just say, I know I'm missing this. I know this is not working. I know this in my life is what I'm bummed out about, but I have a roof over my head. I have money in my pocket. I have health in my body. I have vision in my eyes. I am feeling good. Thank you, God, for this and 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 this, even though this and this is missing. You know what, God? Thank you for the fact that these two things are missing, because I know you're putting me in a space where I'm lacking these two things for a good reason. You know what? You know me better than I know myself. So thank you for that also. Is it hard? Is it difficult? Does it really, really not feel good? Yes. But thank you for it anyway, because I don't understand the bigger picture. But when I'm able to say thank you, just the act of saying thank you, that energy heals. That energy expands. The energy of gratitude makes more good come into our lives. When you say thank you, you get more of what you're thinking for. When you complain about what you do have, like when you turn things into a given, that's a sure way of losing it.
Wait, when you say thank you, what?
It's
More
right here in
good
the
things
Zohar.
will happen.
Oh, where is it?
In the back.
Oh, is it back?
Yeah.
We're not on the back yet.
No, but wait, I like what you said right now, saying when you say thank you, what?
When you say thank you, you're using this energy, this power, and this power creates a ripple effect. And that ripple effect makes more good things come into your life. The thing that you're thinking for brings more of the thing that you're thinking for. So if you're thinking for your ceiling, okay? You're like, you have no money, you don't know what's going to be, you're nervous about your life, you're not sure about your future, and that's where you're feeling right now. And in the moment you choose to say, but hey, I got a ceiling over my head. Thank you, God, for the ceiling. Thank you for the running water. Thank you noticing what is. When I notice what is, I get more of what I notice. When I notice what isn't, I get more of what I notice. When I notice that people don't love me enough, don't care about me enough, don't listen to me enough, when that's what I'm focusing on, that's what I'm going to get more of. When I notice what is, that is what propels that thing further. When you want to keep something, preserve something, hold on to something, think it. Think for it. Notice it. Think for it. Taking it as a given is a sure way of losing it.
What about if you don't have something and you want it? Thinking about it and bring it to you? No,
Yeah.
So then how do you do it with that? Like, can you thank Hashem for having it one day? And
Yeah.
But then will it still come?
When you're able to use the back door to get where you want to in life, that's the best route. That means that there's a route of like, oh, I need money, so let me go get a job. There's that route, right? But there's when you understand that your entire life is a manifestation of what's going on inside of you, And whether you have money or don't have money, or have friends or don't have friends, or succeeding or not succeeding, that has everything to do with your internal script. That has everything to do with how you're working with yourself on an internal level. And you start learning new skills and you start applying them. Like, for example, you say thank you for what you have and for what you don't have. Okay? I don't have a husband. Thank you, God. You must know that that's good for me right now. So thank you. Does it hurt? Is it hard? Sometimes. But that's okay. I can still say thank you for this position that I don't understand in my life. Okay? What that breeds, what that creates inside of you is it's almost like it's almost like the healthier version of you, the happier version of you. And naturally, when you're in that kind of a place, you're going to attract better things. You're going to walk into a room and someone's going to say, I want to hire that girl. She's amazing. Such a good energy. Such a good... How many times do you see resumes of people that are like highly qualified, but you sit across from them and their energy is just like, no. How often does that happen? Someone can be... Who was it that's... Who was it? Like this multi-million-dollar millionaire that created some company that was dyslexic. Someone. I forgot who it was. I forgot. He was like a big name. He was dyslexic. He didn't know how to write and read. Other people wrote out his checks for him. Multi-million-dollar company he had. Why? Because of his energy. Because of his personality. You understand? You could have all the qualifications and be out of a job. You could have no qualifications and have people running you down, chasing you down. It has to do with your internal garden. The more you water your internal garden, the more you invest in yourself, the more you learn how to do that and the language of that and get smart about that, the further you're going to get in your life.
Do you really think that someone can alter their energy?
100%. Alter your energy, you will start seeing your life altering in front of your eyes. How do you alter your energy? Power of thought, power of speech, power of gratitude, power of prayer. All these things have power. They have energy. They have an energy. You can't explain it when you're sitting in front of someone that you can't put your finger on it. Can't pinpoint it. But something about their energy is just no. 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 You know where that comes from? That person is probably hates themselves. Doesn't talk well of themselves to themselves. Doesn't talk well of other people. Once you don't talk well to yourself, you talk about other people also. Okay, that's the formula 100%. A person that knows how to talk to themselves and loves themselves and values themselves and talks nicely to themselves just like they would their child, doesn't talk about other people not nicely. They don't, it's not natural for them. A person, you know those people that are like, you walk around Israel and everyone's blessing you. You know those people that are always blessing everyone? Why are they like that? Why is it so natural for them? Have another person, ask somebody else on their birthday for a bracha. A person that doesn't know how to bless, a person that's inside that is totally wrapped up with them in themselves. They can't even give a bracha. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to give a bracha. You should have all the good things. Why it rolls off these people's tongues in these like endless brachos. Why? It's because that's how they think. That's how they think. They think this one should be well, this one should have good, and they care about this one, and they're praying for that one to have money, and they're praying for this one to get married, and they care about other people. That's how they think. So that's what's coming out of them. What you talk about is 100% an indication of what's going on the inside here.
Is it possible for someone to be able to like think outside of themselves, but like they're able to like come out of themselves and to like pray for other people, but like not be so healthy on the inside?
Health is something that you acquire over the course of your life. You do it step by step by step.
This like negativity or this selfishness, or like, is it possible to be able to like be good at one thing and not be like fully
100%, of course. Of course. Kidding me? Oh, that's the work of life. But you just have to know that there's the matrix way. You want to make a lot of money, so go to school for these amount of years and get your degree, and then you'll make. But it's not true. It has everything to do with, if the matrix wasn't so thick and wasn't so crazy, the world that we're living in today, and we would actually give people the right information, like the Torah information, we would actually teach people how to succeed and not make them into robots, okay? Then people would be incredible, because each person is a world. But what we're doing is saying, here's the model, here's the make and model of a human being. This will, if you do this, okay? If you go to school, if you marry this guy, if you have this kind of house, if you drive that kind of car, if you have this kind of weight, if you do this, then you'll be a happy person and successful, which is a load of BS. We know that. Okay? But still, we believe it.
Yeah.
We believe it because we're being fed, being brainwashed. They're trying to make robots out of people. That's why I was just saying this in another class. That's why so many kids are committing suicide and overdosing. And why? Because I don't fit into this box. I'm an artist. I'm a musician. I don't fit into this box. I'm more spiritual. I can't be an accountant. I can't be a lawyer. I'm more of like give me plants, give me nature, give me people, give me colors. I can't be successful. Oh, so I can't be successful? I can't have the perfect dimensions of a life that's considered good and successful? So use drugs. I'll just escape. I'll eat till I can't eat anymore. I'll go to that addiction. I'll just take stuff that'll make me feel good because I feel so bad. Because each person is a world, and the way we were intended to be in this world is that every person would have the opportunity to shine themselves. We each have a piece of God inside of us that needs to come out into this world, needs to do something, needs to do tikkun. We're all strategically planted here for a reason. And there's not one other us in this world that can do what we were sent here to do. And the messages that we get from all around us is, don't be you, be that. You're okay, that's better. So of course people are walking around with broken, shattered self-esteems and not enough, and of course it's happening because there's one way to be. If you're not going to be this way, then you're not beautiful. If you're not going to be this way, then you're not successful. If you're not going to be this way, then you're not getting anywhere in life. Okay? But human beings are not cookie cutters. We can't be cookie cutters. We can't. So, what we're learning here is work on the energy inside, work on the life force inside, develop the life force inside, step out of your comfort zones, do things that are not knee-jerk reactions for you. Do put yourself in a position where it's scary for you, where your heart is palpitating, and you're nervous, and you're sweating because it's so out of your comfort zone, because you're so dirty, it's awkward, and put yourself in those kind of situations. You will expand, and the more you expand, the more you will become, and the more you will become, the more exciting you're going to be for the world to have you around, because there's only one of you, and you're so unique. But you can't find any of that stuff when you're so busy chasing somebody else's dream, when you're so busy trying to fit into somebody else's mold. And then you become a half-baked version of yourself that's walking around basically sort of okay. And the thing that's going to give you that pick-me-up and that excitement and that energy is froyo. That's what we look forward to. Our coffee. Come on, that's like a cheap thrill compared to what we can really feel in this life.
Well, why is it all about feeling?
It's all about experience.
Why is it all about experience?
That's what this world is. It's about experience. It's about your experience.
Why is it relying on that experience? Like, I don't know, we were just learning about, like, in a class about, like, the aesthetic approach versus the cognitive approach, and I feel like this is just, like, such an aesthetic approach, like, not really based on, like, just truth.
Why?
Like, not everything, but some of it is, like, because, like, you're not always going to feel a certain way, and you can't always rely on a feeling.
It's exactly, but that's how everyone's living. I am telling you, don't rely on the feelings. Work against the feelings. Go to the Makolet when you don't want to go to the Makolet.
No,
Pull
like,
yourself out of
these,
the...
like, energy and all these, like...
Everything is energy. Everything is energy, and it says it in the Torah. I could show it to you.
I know, I got it. I'm just, like...
You are always in between your higher self and lower self every moment of a given day. You can be higher self here, and then an hour later, you're on your lower self. And higher self and lower self, you're always bouncing in between those two things. The more higher self choices you make, the more you're going to be in the realm of higher choice more often.
How come, like, even though we're Jewish, if we're saying, like, society is, like, corrupt and, like, they're not told the truth, like, why do you think that even, like, religious Jews are still, like so influenced by society and so, like...
Because comfort is comfort.
What?
Comfort is comfort. Jew, not Jew, we all have the same work to do.
Meaning, like, why are we told why do we have the same confines?
Why do we have the same confines? What does that mean?
Yeah, like, for example, like, this picture that you drew, like, this whole, like, all these lines, all these things, college, fitting in, like, why are Jews like so into it? Like also like should we be able to see like outside of it and see like what the real deal is?
Well, there are a lot of people that are seeing it. Look, go online, see the movement that's happening, the mindful movement. People understanding that is a lie. People understanding that that's a lie, and we see that society is not working. It's not working. It's not breeding a happy, prosperous generation. It's not. It's breeding a bunch of people that are broken, selfish, alone, shattered. It's not working. The equation is not working. You want your kid to feel better, so you give him this food. He's getting sicker and sicker and sicker, so stop giving him the food. It's not working. But someone's making a big profit from this lie. You understand what I'm saying? It's working for someone, somewhere. Probably a lot of people. But if it were to work, if it would be true, that if you would have the nicest house, the nicest car, the nicest body, then the cutest husband, whatever, then that would equal your happiness and you would feel good and you would feel yourself. You wouldn't have every single person walking into Hollywood and then taking a detour to rehab. Specifically, when they start touching all these things, that's when they turn to drugs. Because it's not them. Then they think all these kids, everyone that's growing up, all these generations of kids that are growing up today, they think, oh, I want to be like a movie star, I want to be like a singer, I want to be on, whatever the shows are, The Voice and all these things, I want to be that, and then they get to that, they taste that, and they're like, this is it? I don't feel good. I don't like this. I actually feel worse. Because feeling good only happens when you get in touch with yourself, when you develop yourself, when you invest in yourself, when you feel worthy enough to invest in yourself. That you understand that you are the engine, you are the nucleus of your life. And if things are not working out in your life, if things are not happening well in your life, if you don't feel good in your life, if you don't wake up every morning happy, good, positive, excited about another day, if you're not there, that means you are completely neglecting the inner child, the person inside. The only thing that you're supposed to be paying attention to on this planet, you're neglecting. And again, it's because the world tells us to put your focus on the external, not on the internal. I feel bad, so I'll go get my eyebrows done. I feel bad, so I'll go get a manicure. That gives us a pick-me-up, just like a cup of coffee gives you a pick-me-up for 30 minutes and then you're back down and you crash. It gives you a pick-me-up, but it's not the answer to it. It's not the answer to the low feeling.
Sometimes you can't answer the low feeling right away.
No, but you have to become cognizant of what your feelings are coming to tell you. They're coming to communicate with you. It's a little child inside that's coming to tell you something.
A lot of the times it's our perception on the world, but a lot of times it's like the way the world affects us, and like we can't always change things right away, and like it does take like slow, tedious work. So
exactly.
Sometimes you do need that quick meal.
No, you can have a manicure and get your eyebrows done. I'm just trying to say that if you have an emotion, you can't feed it with something physical, because the emotion is the negative emotion that you're feeling about yourself, about your life, about your future, about whatever. Okay, the emotion is coming to tell you. It's an indication that hey, start paying attention to what's really, really, really important here. What's really, really important is yourself, your soul, your internal alignment. Start getting aligned. And it's very simple. It's exactly what we're learning. How do I align myself? How do I stop walking around with these negative feelings? How do I wake up in the morning happy as opposed to dreadful? How do I feel good in this life? Okay? How? The more you get in touch with yourself, the more you develop yourself, the more you invest in yourself. Okay, so how? Okay, how? You work on your thoughts. You work on your words. You work on your gratitude. You understand that these things, they are where the magic is. They are powerful. They are so powerful. They're actually the only thing that really matters. When you are speaking not well, you are a person that gossips. You speak not nicely to yourself. You speak not nicely to people around you. You have knee-jerk reactions. You have triggers and you respond the same way over and over and over again. That's going to show up everywhere. You're going to walk around in that environment in yourself wherever you go. You can't run away from yourself. And then wherever you go, people are going to feel that energy about you. Wherever you go. And the opposite is true as well. If you are a person that is a giver to yourself, a giver to yourself doesn't mean giving in to your comforts. A giver to yourself is, hey, child inside, you're scared? You're scared to jump in the pool? I know, but you know how much fun you're going to have when you're going to be in the pool? So what are you scared of? You're scared of the edge here? You're scared of jumping in? You've never done this before? I'm right here next to you. But you're going to do this. You're going to have this experience. Because once you're going to get into that water, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, you're going to love it. And then you're going to expand. Before, pools and swimming were never they weren't in your repertoire. They weren't part of your life. And all of a sudden you have an added facet to your life, an added sport, and a habit that you love, that you look forward to. Wow. That's loving yourself. That's taking, you say, I'm fearful, I'm scared of doing this, I'm scared of give me an example of something you're scared of doing.
I'm scared to grow up.
You're scared to grow up. Give me a more like a real example of something that holds you back because you're scared of it. Public speaking. Hi. Okay, I'm done in a minute.
Yeah, I don't think
So I feel like a lot of it would be like what people think of others. Like a lot of people.
Give me an example of something that you're scared of. You told me already. Something that's
Maybe like public speaking.
public speaking. Public speaking is something you're scared of?
I mean, everyone has some kind of fear of that.
Okay. Anything else? Something that holds you back that you want to do but it's scary, you're not sure?
My dad yelling at me.
Where do I start? Disappointing. Yeah.
What disappointing?
Being a disappointment.
Being a disappointment.
That's my parents.
Okay. So that's something that you're scared of. So then you're going to maneuver your actions in order to, usually people like that are people pleasers. Where they want people to like them, so they'll do what the other person needs or wants, or they'll let the other person take up more space.
Yeah, when it comes to my parents, that's how we.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the idea is that the actual thing that you're fearful of, girls, hang on for another minute and then we're ending right now. The thing that you're fearful of, let's just take the example of the kid on the board about to jump into the pool. The thing that he's fearful of is not necessarily objectively scary or dangerous. Is that he is fearful of it. Okay, so it's not that the thing itself is dangerous, it's that I am fearful of it, just like with the makolet. Okay, it's not that tomorrow is dangerous or crazy or whatever. Just to you, you're fearful of it. So what you do in that moment is you say, you're going to have this under your belt. You're going to be a swimmer. You're going to be a person that's independent. You're going to be a person that's decisive and is going to make decisions on their own. You're going to be a person that's going to be able to say, no, when you don't want to do something that you don't feel is right for you to do right now. Or you're going to take up more space when you don't feel like there's any space for you to take up because they take up all the space. You're going to say, hi, you're gonna take up more space. We can discuss that more because the class is over right now, but we can get into that more. People, please, we'll talk after class. So the thing is that when you're on that board, you're about to jump into the pool, all you have to do right now for yourself, that facing that fear, is say, this is going to expand you, this is going to help you get more in touch with yourself, love yourself, feel yourself. This is going to give you wings. Because you're scared of it, do it anyway. I'm right here next to you. It's not really, really scary. It's not really, really scary. It's just the fear that you have. But if you're going to be able to hold your own hand and say, you can do this. This is healthy for you. These butterflies, this nervousness, it's good. It's a good sign.
Not even butterflies. We're down
Anxiety, worry, nerves. Yes. Good sign. Good sign. And do it anyway. When you do it anyway, then you expand. And when you expand, you start touching yourself deeply inside. All right? See you next week.
Thank you.